Good morning. I thought today we'd do a meditation together, and I thought we'd do a body metta. So the stages of the metta bhavana, which you remember, are for oneself, for a good friend, for a neutral person, then for somebody we find difficult, and then for all living beings. So those stages are very useful and we can apply them in different ways. So sometimes I do a gratitude bhavana, for example, using those 5 stages. But today I'm going to use those 5 stages to do a body metta. So let's get started. Make yourselves comfortable. So often we begin meditation anyway by settling our awareness into the body. And this is very useful because it does help move us away from all the thoughts that are occurring in the mind. Doesn't mean we ignore the thoughts, we just notice them coming and going. But actually what's more real, what's more present, what's more direct is our experience of our body if we give it attention. So, for example, you can feel the clothing against your skin if you give it attention. So right now, feel your arms. So I've got quite a lot of clothes on. I can feel the sensation of the wool against my arms. But maybe you've got bare arms, in which case you can feel the air on your arms. And there might even be deeper sensations inside your arms. So I think it takes a bit of time before we learn how to orientate ourselves towards those felt direct experiences, because we're not used to doing it. So usually we need quite a significant contact of our body with something in order to have a sense of it. So for example, we might like running because we like the feel of the pounding on the pavements, or we might like swimming, the feel of water on our skin. Or when we have sex, the sensations are increased. There's a strong sensation, and that's what we're wanting. We're wanting to feel our body alive. But we can do that without actually doing anything if we give our body attention. Anyway, that's enough about body giving it attention. We're going to meditate now, so hopefully you've set yourselves up. And as we turn our attention to our body, what we're going to do in the first stage is just bring to mind that classic Buddhist teachings to appreciate the fact that we've got a body. So of all the living beings that we might have been, we've got a human birth. We've had a human birth. And that means that we've got reflexive awareness. It means that we are, we weren't born into an animal realm where we were going to be subjected to, being caught or trapped or eaten or abused. So having a precious human birth is a rare opportunity. Of course, it's not an easy option, but it is compared with a lot of other ways that we might have been embodied. And one thing that Dilgo Khyentse has pointed out is that if you were able to see into even 1 square foot of your garden, there would probably be more life there in the form of insects and even beings tinier than that than, in the whole of our country, for example, maybe even in the whole world. In other words, there are billions and billions more times insects than there are human beings, and we have got this human birth. So just to be alive and to be able to think for ourselves, to be able to make choices, is a rare opportunity. So I'm going to be quiet while we just reflect on that for a few minutes. And in this next stage, we're going to bring to mind some of the wonderful things that our body does and has done. Think of all the places that your legs have taken you to, all the wonderful things that your hands have done, maybe tender, loving things, creative things. So bringing to mind the pleasure that your body has brought you. You may be very physical and enjoy physical things, or you may be very cerebral and enjoy more intellectual things. It doesn't matter. Just bringing to mind those things that your body has engaged in, that you've really enjoyed, the pleasure that your body has brought you. So in the next stage, we're going to bring to mind those aspects of our body, those parts of our body that we ignore. And of course we ignore them because they just go on inside us without us having to do anything about them. So we bring to mind all the processes that are going on all the time. The digestion that's turning all our food into energy and producing waste products. We don't have to do anything about that. It just happens automatically. And then there's our circulatory system, the heart pumping the blood around the body, taking oxygen to every cell of our body. And there's our central nervous system, all those neurons firing all over our body, enabling us to move, to think. And all this we take for granted. And we only notice those things when they go wrong. So let's give some metta to them. Really appreciate all those processes going on inside us that make no demands on us. So we're emotionally thanking our body, allowing a sense of warmth and gratitude towards all its workings. And then next we bring to mind those aspects of our body that we find difficult. It may be that there are some parts of our body that we're ashamed of or that we dislike. Maybe we don't like being the size that we are, the shape that we are. Or maybe we feel that our body has let us down in some way by being ill. Whatever it is, focus on that with love and warmth, with openness, and as much as possible with acceptance. All bodies are different. All bodies have difficulties. So we feel a compassionate tenderness for the inevitability of there being some aspects of our body that we either dislike or that fall ill or get damaged. And then in the final stage, we bring to mind all the bodies on the whole earth, all the different shapes and sizes, some healthy and some ill, large and small, tall and short, all these bodies. And they all look different, and they all experience pleasure and pain, arising and passing away. So these common experiences are there for everybody. And we feel a sense of empathy and warmth for all living beings, all embodied beings. May all beings be happy and free from suffering. And we bring the practice to a close. So that's it for today.